Hello and welcome to a brand new Age of Wonders 4. We're starting off a new campaign today as Eldritch Chosen Destroyers. I've been really wanting to revisit all of the Chosen Destroyer updates that they've added in with Giant Kings, so I figured let's start off a new campaign. I've had a couple of requests for Chosen Destroyers lately, so I figure why the heck not? I don't have a pre-made realm here, so we're gonna just quickly slap one together. A lot of unknown traits. We're gonna say no presence traits. I feel like let's play on continents because I just think it's kind of the best map. I'm really obsessed with it recently. We haven't gotten a lot of continents and I really enjoy it. We're gonna go for a large 7 game. Because we're playing with Chosen Destroyers, we're gonna have to blow up a lot of stuff. So if we play very large 9 like we normally do, I think it's gonna be way too many turns. It's just gonna be insufferable. A few little things that we want to turn off on this front include we'll keep dormant world seals on because it does add a fun little time limit sometimes. I'm gonna turn off, where is it? Where are you? Immortals. We've had a couple of Immortal games recently. It really turns the game into an auto-resolve simulator because your units never die. And based on the play that I am planning to do here, it would not go well for us. Everything else, I think I'm willing to screw with. Because why not? I tell you what, let's turn on Legends of Mermidia. Because again, I still haven't played with a lot of the artifacts, and they are a lot of fun. And that feels good to me. We'll go with this as our background picture. Why not? Advanced settings, make sure everybody is on brutal. Everything is turned on. We're going to be playing as an Eldritch Sovereign this time, so I'm going to turn them down to rare. And score victory is disabled, which is the way I like it, baby. Mega Cities too easy. I guess we could turn off Mega Cities. What is the deal with Mega Cities? Here's the thing, because we're playing Chosen Destroyers, we'll turn off Mega Cities. I'm willing to give you that because otherwise it's like everybody else has the same benefit that we do, and that doesn't really make a lot of sense. Everything else I'll keep. So we will not save this custom realm, but we will create a brand new faction. I am going to be playing as I got a ridiculous build set up. We're gonna be playing as halflings because I want to be the weirdest, most chaotic possible race that I can. And I don't just mean that as in we're gonna be following the chaos tomes. It is mostly gonna be a chaos build. We are playing Chosen Destroyers after all, but it's gonna be a bit of a rainbow tome, and I want to be an absolutely weird, ugly, monstrous race. We're gonna play with Ceaseless Cacophony. Adjacent enemies without this trait have a 15% fumble chance, and we're gonna play with Hideous Stench. We've recently fought a group that had this as a combination, and it was, I think, maybe very broken in the current patch. So I'm really curious to explore it a little bit more. Because we're going chaos, we're going this kind of like idea of pure chaos. The idea of this campaign is that we are going to be an Eldritch ruler who is like a lost wizard who has ripped into this realm to just rip it apart. It is entropy in its purest form. We are the master of war, and I want to embrace as much of everything as we possibly can. It's a bit crazy, but I think it'll work. We're gonna play as Oathsworn Strife because they get bonuses to raising cities. Raising cities take less turn. They yield Imperium. We do fire damage. We get good for burning stuff down. I haven't played as Strife Chosen Destroyers, and it's really just a match made in heaven. So I'm kind of combining a lot of all of the previous DLCs together in a build that I haven't done yet. Now, Chosen Destroyers is the obvious choice, which we have to go with. The other one, we're gonna hit Umbral Disciples. I want a little bit of the good Umbral bits. I figure if we're playing this kind of ultimate bad guy, we've played the Absolute Evil before, which is a more traditional evil overlord type character, specifically for an achievement. This time I want to play as like the force of the void. We're going to go with the Tome of the Horde. And the reason for this is we're also going to be focusing on tier 1 characters the whole campaign.
What is your ruler's
We
origin?
are going to have some higher level stuff, but for the most part, it's going to be all tier 1. Tier 1, tier 2.
Reveal
Tier 2s that make tier
yourself.
1s, like the Houndmaster. And that's going to be the idea. I'm going to start with the race. We do have, in addition, we're trying out a couple of new mods, just visual mods. The Hudson's color mods we've added on here to add some more color into different things. You can mostly see, I think these are their choices down here. They also add in some new banner whatnots and who's-its. I rough picked some color schemes here the other day when I was thinking about this. And I think I went with something like that. Not quite. We have some more banners up here. I actually haven't really had a good chance to look at these. There is a big tentacle octopus. I was going to go with one with a bunch of eyes, but maybe I go with him. We'll give that a shot. We can think about it. I want to start with these guys because I know exactly what I want them to look like. I want them to have huge arms, huge hands, tiny little legs, tiny little heads. Their skin color doesn't matter. I want them. We are a force of chaos, so we're taking goblin voices. We're going to make them chonky, but then we're going to make them even chonkier. They are going to be the most horrific looking little monsters imaginable. And then I think what I wanted was a very kind of basic brown on their army color. Sort of a copper tone. That's a bit gold. I think it was this guy that I was looking at. I got everything shifted around with these new color mods. And now I can't tell right from left. Their hair color does not matter because we have umbral skin, nor does their skin decoration. For mount types, I think my plan here was just to go with big beetles. And this is what our chonky little boys are going to look like. They chonky. They are true horrors. They're surprise booba mods as well. I don't know about that. We were looking at new mods this morning, but I don't know if we're going to dip into the booba mods. We were talking about doing an anime mod playthrough as a viewer reward. You know what? I'm looking at this now and I think it's this. I wanted like a burnished... basically what I'm looking for in the visual is a gold with a really thick, dirty patina on top of it. The idea that it used to be like this kingdom that's fallen and is like really oiled over and gone with age. It's been stuck in the Eldritch realms and the voids and all sorts of stuff. Found this on YouTube, really enjoyed your gameplay. Perfect timing then, my dude. Where are we from? I'm from Canada, my man. I am from the East Coast of Canada originally, Newfoundland, but now I live currently in Montreal. Though maybe back to Newfoundland soon. We are going to play as a ritualist because we're going to focus our main character around a lot of summoning this time around. We'll see how it works. Now, I had a couple of plans for this, and they all kind of got thrown out the window the other day when I actually saw the visuals for the Lost Mages. So the Lost Mages look like this. I don't think they have a shoulder type. This is what a Lost Mage looks like in-game. Obviously, coloring different, but... I was thinking about building a guy that kind of had this vibe to him. The other option that I had originally planned was going with the mummy build and looking like a herald of war. But then I thought about what if we were just a Lost Mage, and I kind of like it. I mean, I know it's like what they naturally look like, but which one is it? I think it's this guy. So we give him huge wings if that's the case. I can't make his legs any shorter, but I can make his arms extra long just for fun. For skin color, great question. They have a weird, I think they're like purple and red. You know what we could do? We could actually open up the encyclopedia if I wanted to very specifically make these guys. I believe they count as ethereal. Yeah, see, they have this cool astral pattern inside of them, and I wish that we could get this. But that is what they look like. They have a more gold helm, and they are like purple with black, or possibly black with purple.
Reveal yourself.
I think they're purple with black. Ah, man, what I would give for that cool astral pattern that we got going through them, though. Wouldn't that be ever so nice? Oh, sure, think about building the guy with tentacles. Listen, listen. So it does have a more like a golden helmet. But again, I kind of like this idea of the tarnished patina. Like he's been in there longer than any of the other Lost Wizards, so wouldn't mind having a tentacle for $1.97. Good balance of speed and explaining of stuff. I mean, I try to do what I can. Let's give him the biggest head possible. I think it'll set him apart from all of his other buddies. And then, does he have a shoulder type? Do these guys get a shoulder type? I just gotta know now. It doesn't look like it. You can't normally get Lost Wizards, so I feel like it's a fun little variation we can play.
Yourself.
Maybe a slightly lighter purple. We do have some extra colors in here from normal, but I can't really quite get a lighter purple. Yeah. You know what? I'm willing to go with that. I feel like this should probably be a variant of that gold. And I'm actually going to make this. There is a symbol that is the hat. It's under... Where is it? This very specific helmet has a banner that looks just like it. And I'm sure I saw this the other day that now I can't find it. As is tradition. Somebody help me if you see it. I thought it was an unlockable. I could have sworn it was an Eldritch Realms unlockable. It's under Shadow? Ah, yes, it is there. Yeah. Yeah. See, this fits. This is a good look. I like this. And with these little guys, I think this is a great look for what we're going for here. This sort of weird Eldritch monstrosity. You know what? This really only changes his chest size and his arms. Let's make him a Chad. Why not? Why the heck not, you know? I'm happy with him. We're going to start with the Relic of the Cosmos. I like the idea that we sort of do all sorts of damage. We are going to do all sorts of damage. It's going to be a really weird rainbow build. I also am going to take the Astral Wisp ritual as one of our rituals. I mean, I'm pretty much going to get all of these anyway, so it just fits his color scheme, I think, the best. The head's too small. The head's at max. I mean, we could give him a tiny little head. That'd make him a different look, but that's the biggest head we can go with, so. It's going to be an auto-resolve nightmare. It could be, but I have some plans for that. I have some thoughts. All right.
The journey begins.
We are going to be... I mean, I guess we're going to be the Lost Wizard, if this is the case. My idea for this guy originally... in terms of name was to call him Spekkio, to call the races the new, and to call the city the end of time. And I'm curious whether or not anybody in chat gets this reference. If you do, let me know. I am taking suggestions, but this was kind of like the base that I just built upon. That's what the build says right now. I'm going to take a look through the ambitions and the personalities while you get my guess and also give you any suggestions. So this guy's going to be some pretty good chaos incarnate. Conqueror is an easy choice. This would allow him to summon Devastator Spheres. That would be really fitting for him. We're gonna really have him summoning a lot. His whole thing is gonna be about summoning, so giving him an extra summon, very, very valuable. Giving him domination, also pretty powerful, though that one is a bit harder to actually level up. Siege Master grants Siege Breaker to all units in the army. I mean, we can get that on an item. Pragmatic Leader, Cold-Blooded Upkeep, no. Ambusher. Universal Camouflage on everyone is really juicy. So is being able to heal, but I'm not too worried about that. Plants, animals, and elementals. No, I think let's go Conqueror, so we can pick up Devastator Spheres. He is a chosen destroyer, so I think that's the right choice. And wow, I guess because we're chosen destroyers, we can only pick out of this list of AI personalities. Economic goals, treachery and weakness, might makes right. Stability through subjugation, strategy and magical prowess. That is actually kind of his thing. Purity of mind and emperor. Empires without relationships, empires that trade grievances, dislikes alliances, dislikes multiple races. Isolation, weary of treaties, exploitation, expansion. I mean, he's a chosen destroyer, so he shouldn't be doing any sort of covert or gaining vassals or trading. Driven by war is good. Never surrender, exterminate, and expand. I mean, strategist warlord. Strategy and magical prowess. Likes summoned units, defeated other empires. This is actually a pretty good choice. Driven by war, never surrender. Driven by war, never surrender. Exterminate, expand. Breaks treaties, executes prisoners. Dislikes empires with vassals and with many alliances. I mean, he is kind of just a demonic warlord, I suppose. I'm gonna go with strategist though, because he's meant to be a wizard, right? He's meant to be, the understanding is that he understands all different things, and that he sort of delves into all the different realms. So they do look like the new, right? They do. Search new in the end of time, got directed to Chrono Trigger. That's it, baby. Spekkio came up with Chrono Trigger too. So Spekkio is the herald, the master of war at the end of time in Chrono Trigger, who represents himself as a new, which are these short little squat guys. They're basically round. And he is the guy, he is like the strongest being in the universe, but he's sort of stuck at the end of time, and you train all your abilities off of him in Chrono Trigger. He's not a wizard, he's more a herald of war, but I just got hooked on this idea of creating like an ancient lost wizard. So I like this vibe. I like it a lot. Nerd! I mean, very much so. Behold, lost wizard Spekkio, sovereign of the umbral abyss. His eldritch powers will shape the new of end of time. I guess the end of time. Stocky, happy-go-lucky beings who enjoy wild adventures just as much as a well-deserved nap. They communicate through a cacophony of noise that would drive anyone else mad. They have a grisly stench following them, driven by a strong sense of devotion. They proudly follow the rules of their oath. They are warmongers and destroyers, choosing violence over diplomacy anytime they can. They know the shadows are not to be feared, but to be studied and used. Let's cook. Let's cook. Get us a nice little screenshot of him. I like the vibe of this dude. He looks good. I've always wanted to play as one of these lost wizards. We're gonna get to play with a lot of different combat spells, a lot of different summons. It should be a curious campaign. I think we're going to be a lot stronger than our power score also gives us, which is really fun. A new ruler emerges. Explore your surroundings, expand your domain, prepare to face your rivals, and become master of this realm. Your choices will shape the new Age of Wonders 4. So we got 4 points of chaos from Chosen Destroyers, Umbral Disciples, and Strife. Oathsworn also gives us a point of order. And the Shadow Affinity also comes from Umbral Disciples. So we get a nice little blend starting off. We got Ceaseless Cacophony and Hideous Stench, so things have low status resistance and a higher chance of fumbling. That's going to get worse and worse as time goes on. We start with Counter-Strike and Fury of the Horde, which I think is the perfect choice for us. We're in the center of the map. Ain't that a spicy decision? What do we know? There is a Dragon Spine Mountain over here. So if we want access to dragons, we can immediately move west with our expansion, probably from our capital city. This looks like a landmark. I'm not sure which one. We have a golden tree up here, Golden Wonder. Other than that, little lake here. So we have access to some water provinces, but it's not too crazy. Another landmark, it looks like maybe over there. Not too wild. That is a golden landmark in a huge mountain. That might actually be a fated region. Just a wee scout. Underground. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, that's a network of tunnels. Wow, okay. Probably quite a few underground empires looking at the size of some of these pockets. This is a really big underground. Very open. Not very tunnely. So, I do want to take Spawnkin. I want to take all of these. Houndmaster we can wait on because it's tier 2. Let's actually just pick up Summoner Regulars. That'll give us access to a few units via just cash, which is sort of nice. Farm and a Forester. Let's think on this. Our opening territories. We do have pastures here with a farm. So I could skip the storehouse, go for the farm. Let's do that. And that way we can go straight for the training hall to get Golden Draft. We're going to need some extra units. Right now we have an Honor Guard and we have a Sworn Guard. These guys are 10 gold upkeep. These guys are 8 gold upkeep. Let's grab another Sworn Guard for right now. I think we can't build other cities. So let's just start exploring. We got a spawner up there. There aren't really anything around us to kill right now, except for this army of Nemus. Bit of water all around, which is kind of curious. Reveals the closest infestation or ancient wonder for thralls. And summons an astral wisp on the target hex. Costs 8 mana upkeep. Honestly, an early wisp would be pretty good. I'm just going to keep that charged up for when we get ready for our first combat. But let's cook. Totally random map. Totally random. Yep. I mean, not like we turned off a couple of things, but we know it's continents and we don't know basically anything else about it. Didn't start in the Umbral. No. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered looks amazing. Bethesda doing a show right now and it's downloadable for $50. Nice. Is it like released today? I'm very curious about that. I never played Oblivion. It was like the one Elder Scrolls game I slept on. I felt like probably because I didn't have an Xbox. It's just me, or is there like no monsters around on this map? I'm feeling a severe lack of monsters unless they're guarding locations, which I guess is always the case, but I need to move towards That's an interesting building. I need to move towards some towers. So I guess let's start up this way. No population yet. Is this megacities? No, but we are megacities because we're chosen destroyers. This is some bonus knowledge, which is great. There's an ashen ruin up here. Good. We could definitely reach that. Get knowledge per quarry. This road just... Oh, no, it doesn't just stop. It does keep going. Weird. This might actually be on the other side of a whole river here. I'm realizing I don't think we have a land bridge to this Dragon Mountain. Which do be a little unfortunate. Let's pick up those pastures to start then. The early things that we're going to get is destroying an infestation gets you a bonus unit. I'm probably going to have to come back and go for this infestation based on the fact that we have nothing nearby. Curious. It's out immediately. Wow, that rules. Decent remake since it's on the Unreal engine. 125 gigs. I mean, it did look like they were going to shadow drop it. I'm stoked, man. I've always wanted to play Oblivion, and this gives me a very good reason to do it. $66.99 or $80 for the deluxe edition. Oh, good. It comes with horse armor. I was really hoping that was the case. That horse armor is, of course, the reason we have modern day DLC. There is an underground passage right here, which means it must connect like somewhere right here next to these guys. Let's not mess around too badly. I think we're on a lightless map. I'm just realizing it feels like vision is quite small. There's the brigand camp. Pick up some food. Boy, oh boy. All right, we might as well grow again. Where do we best want to go into here? The extra production is super valuable to us right now. We only ever have one city, so gold actually doesn't end up being too bad of a problem. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a forester because it'll allow me to boost the storehouse next. And I better grab more scouts. I feel like we're going to have a scout problem. Altar of Devotion. Did they know that you're coming? Oh, Devoration. I thought it was Devotion. Well, we are going to devour. Damn, dudes. This is a weird starting path for us. There's a bunch of extra food. A roaring furnace up here. Entering the deep glitter chambers. Delving the depths below Citadel. Your troops are starting... a Citadel? We've not discovered this city yet. Careful over there, someone yells, emerging from a group of workers. It's Burn the Vanguard of the Company of Lost Treasures. He introduces himself. We're excavating the ruins of an entombed city. We found one of our first special locations. Jokum, thank you so much for 32 months, my dude. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. One of your favorite streamers just watched the video and started the massive download. Can't blame him. Tread this excavation site at your own risk and watch out for devastator spheres. The bedrock requires some big bombs to break. Lose gold, but gain a ton of production. Gain a crown of accuracy with a rune of storm and resilient shoes of illusion. Dude, this is a really good chance to get tier 3 items early on. And they aren't bad either. I can't use those shoes because I have tentacles for feet. But I could use 10% accuracy and all these bonuses. That being said, 246 production in a city that produces 33 production? That's huge. This would catapult our starting city. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't even know how many turns that is. 8 turns of production? For 2 turns of gold? I mean, I think I'm going to have to take that. Dangerous World, Tentacle Feeder, gross. Oblivion is out. Oblivion is out. I'm really excited about it, so. Just shove the tentacles in those shoes, right? Yeah, well, I think we're going to take this production. Just as the conversation ends, warnings from the far end of the cavern get noticed. The Devastator sphere is set up for detonation. Light the fuses, expect some bruises. They built these halls in centuries past. We bring them down an instant blast. 3, 2, 1, boom! The Devastator spheres blast open a tunnel towards the first chamber. I don't know this one. The Deep Glitter Chambers. The Company of Lost Treasures are excavating the ruins of a Myrmidian city. I could be wrong here, but it looks like maybe I'm the only one who has access to this fated ruin. I want to keep exploring it. Obviously, I'm scared of Devastator spheres. You guys are going to be able to build. You automatically built the granary. I see what happened here. I could get an O square in 1 turn. That's crazy. Let's grab the workshop because it gives us extra production. Let's grab the library so we start off on tech very well. It's very strong. I'm going to attract an extra population here. You guys need quarries. You need a second farm. Second forester, quarry. So I feel like quarry is probably the way to go here. There is a fishing ground here, so we could get an extra 15 food. I do want to move over to that, guys, so picking up something like that could be good. Obviously, a mine here would also make a very good argument. We'd get that gold vein for an extra 10 gold per turn. Right now, I think I'm just going to throw a quarry here. So that I can boost something like the shrine. That's huge, man. Getting that many buildings this early off, that is such a good bonus. Enemy units sustain spirit damage based on my devotion level. How do we get our devotion level up? Is it from, I'm assuming, raising cities? Well, that's fantastic. That's going to go really well for us. Entering wars, raising cities, not allowing units to rout. Winning combat with lower army power gives us 4. Higher army power gives us dose. Alliances, truce, defensive pacts. I literally can't do any of those. Vassalage, I can't do any of those. Losing an own city. I literally can't lose devotion. I can only gain devotion. This is very nice. I love this. Each adjacent friendly unit for Blaze of the Horde. 20 fire damage plus 5. This does 10 spirit damage. Damage changes based on devotion level. I think let's take this to start. It feels kind of weird, but fun. So you have a little spear boy. Gonna come down. You're gonna rejoin this pack. We do have to definitely start farming some stuff. God, that's so many good builds. What a tasty start. You put in a spearman. We're going to give you an astral wisp. What is the upkeep on a guy like this? 8. Well, we are building that shrine. Oh. We do actually have to excavate down here. So until I get dig, I actually can't do this special location anyway. which I am a-okay with. Now, I can summon irregulars to get free units. But it's only going to give me... It's going to give me another melee unit. And I kind of feel like 2 wisps are what we're going to want. Given that we have spears and honor blades. So I think we're in good shape here. I think this should work well. Pick up these dweebs. Let's cut over here. This is also all dead terrain. My God, what am I doing? What is the plan? I can get water in 1 turn. So I could at least clear out these Nemu. I think I'm going to probably have to clear out the 2 of these guys, go for the Brigand Camp, and then... I might try for the Ashen Ruin. You need to get this tower and then that gold stash. You got yourself a shrine and now you're like, what do I build? The Arcane Institute is the only thing ready to go here, but I could certainly just choose to add an extra population in. That actually boosts the town hall, which would give me vow keepers and seal bearers. I don't think we're going to play with a lot of vow keepers. But seal bearers we will play with. Honestly, I think I'm just going to start with building that. And if you're the case... I do want that fishing ground. All right, let's take this. It'll help us explore over to that Dragon Mountain as well. That does mean we'll pick up swimming next turn. And I guess I'm just going to send you east into whatever that gold is. I'm definitely going to need more scouts, so let's get another one cooking. Chatbot broken? I don't think so. It just doesn't like links this big. It gets confused with the big link. Let's pick up swimming. Tropical Realm is revealed. Tropical swamp and forests are common. Arctic desert and desolate are rare. Blossom orchids and prestige statues are abundant. So this is the Way of War. Special realm. Trait. That's good. You have fishing ground. What else? A galleon wreckage. Oh, I didn't realize there were 2 different sets here. Oh, yeah, that's great. So we confirm 2 different locations here. Then we can heal and we can clear out the 2 of them. That will be fantastico. The Mentor's Pond. I mean, I can't have vassals, so... A curse on this day which you set foot in our lands. I hereby swear I will destroy you and your new. The new denounce you and all you stand for, so-called lost wizard. Either you break your oath or I break Mentor's Pond. Yes! Spiders! This is so good. This is such a good item to get. I mean, it's only a tier 1 spider, but it's already a summon for these guys, which is just excellent. Pick up this, and we find the free city of Citadel to the north, which is run by skillful rodents with no keepers. Okay. Steal that gold. And I guess let's start going west with you. All right, so we have a nice little, like, peninsula down here with some okay resources. Silver tongue fruit. I'm not seeing a lot in the way of magic material, and that's got me a little bit worried, but I think it'll be fine. How did the last game end? Oh, you'll have to watch and find out. Yeah, you can't. I can't just tell you. That'd ruin the surprise. Break them regardless of what they do. A man lies before you, raw agony reflected. Please, I'll do anything. Don't kill me. This guy was caught spying for Mentor's Pond. Reveal the horror that lies beneath the treasonous townsmen. Receive 2 thralls in exchange for 121 mana. Hang him from the gate. Get bonuses. Receive some gold. Yeah, let's get some thralls. I don't have a good way to produce thralls right now. And with no ability to have vassals, I'm also dramatically, like, missing that ability. Oh, I'm 1 point short of being able to jump in the water here. There's Devout Radiance. Enchanted Crow Companions would be really good, but also Unleash the Warhounds. We're gonna have an early siege here at Mentor Spawn. Basically, my thought is like, kill this, go over to Mentor Spawn. Try to pick up this loot and move my way over. You're gonna just move towards that tower. You don't have any extra gear. No, just that spider bell we picked up. We'll give him an Astral Wisp next. And then probably start charging a Seal Bearer. Regenerating Infestations is on this map. Oh, no. Okay. 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 That's spicy. That potentially changes a lot. Let's fight these Nemu. No reason to lose my scout. None at all. Put the stone in the city. Dudes, thank you so much. I will never, as long as I live, remember to put the stones in the city. Now, here's a question. I have an ability called Tyrant's Retinue. Doesn't work in water combat. That's good to know. I also didn't realize this guy also gets Ceaseless Cacophony and Hideous Stench, which is useful. And I can't summon spiders. Let's stay out of combat. You do have Mind Control, and you do have Cosmic Rebuke. Cosmic Spike, it looks like I can at least cast that on one of them. I'm going to scout over here so that he doesn't get destroyed. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. 90% chance of becoming mind controlled. This unit will die unless its original owner wins. He's kind of like the only one I can really attack here. Oh man, everything is so expensive to cast for this guy. I tell you what, let's kill this guy in front. How'd you heal at the beginning of battle? Enhancing Symbiosis? Natural Regeneration. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I think we just kind of kill all these guys. I have you go there. And I'm going to have you go here. Just to protect my back line. They get the Fumbling Graze. You have a flank on this guy now. You have a flank on that guy for huge damage. Yeah, I mean, might as well bring in the whole gang, I suppose. Does he die if I mind control him? This is the question I have to know. Like, do I get the experience? He does count as dead, so 2 XP, 2 XP, 2 XP, 2 XP, 2 XP, 2 XP. I'm gonna probably guess no. I think I would have gotten 3 XP if I killed all 3 of them. Though I can't honestly say for certain. Melee attacks deal extra damage. And +1 defense. Now, this guy doesn't have melee attacks, but we can give it to him for now. There's definitely regenerating infestations on this map. There's no question about it. So many have spawned since we've started. So you're going to come up here and grab all this loot. This should potentially work really well with our build, though. It's kind of hard to say, but... we could get the Ultra Emerging Gloom. Though it's, I think, maybe a little early for that. Units produced in the city start with 1 rank. Tier 1 units are 20% cheaper. You know what? I'm just going to start with a shipyard because it's 1 turn. Probably building things that give me production are going to be the way to go. I can start working on a seal bearer to add a 5th unit in here. Undiscovered infestation or ancient wonder. Is that discovered? Because I'm worried that would like trigger if that's the case. Is that discovered? That's discovered. Oh man. World threat. Put the stone in my city. Put the stone in my city. Put the stone in my city. Give stone. There we go. Let's take that bonus. So you're golden draft. You're just production. I think let's grab the stonemason early. Being able to build stuff really early, really fast is going to be kind of useful. Choose not to eliminate it from the trades pool, and now you deal with it. Litter Spitterling spawned and immediately drowned. Oh, that's too sad. That's much too sad for me. Tier 1 units gain experience much faster. For sure, I'm going to need that, so let's just take it right now. Being able to get infestations, bonuses for killing infestations is also going to be really valuable. We have room already for a new hero. This guy's an instructor, which is kind of fun. I also love that he's just got the power fist. Everything about this guy is I like. Buckwin. So he's going to come into the water. He's going to join this fight. This is 500 to 240. I can probably just win this. No, I can't. I appreciate when the game at least forces me to take early fights. Before I get stuck into just saying like, okay, I have enough draft that I can solve any of my problems. Oh, you do have one big tide spirit. Okay. So he can also break my setup really easy. Buckwin, you're going to come over here. Let's go like that, maybe. Bring those wisps up. Oh, you also have a teleport. I don't know how I somehow did not see that. You could move forward and enter defensive strike. Do you guys all have teleports? No, just the big guy. Yeah. So I'm going to have you actually take the retaliation hit. I'm going to let you hit him for a defensive strike and enter defensive mode. I'm going to let... Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Do, 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 do. That's all my spells right now, right? Yeah. He's gonna cast this next. Oh, it's gonna hurt so much. Oh, that's gonna suck. It's just not enough to kill him. It's so close, too. I don't know if counter stance will work here. Like, if he does that ability, will we get first strike? No. But thankfully it wasn't too bad. You can kill them. You can kill him. This way none of our guys die. And we come out fine and dandy. We get legs of illusion. Now these aren't good for E. Neither is that. The spider bell is. But this guy could definitely take these slippery hit point legs. And then that hat that makes him do extra melee damage. Why don't we pick these guys up? Now we have a good, nice second army. Some extra bonus food. Is there any reason to come up here? Not really. I need to look for more towers. And actually, seeing as that appears to be the only tower in this area. Up! First Protector, Arvanti Nickelneck. This guy has Umbral Flesh. He is also an Umbral Disciple who starts underground. I need to wipe him out early because anyone who has Umbral Flesh is a major threat to what I would consider to be my stability. This is, in fact, Dragon Teeth Ridge. So plus 5 gold for everything around it and access to dragons. It ain't a bad choice. You're going to come over here and get that. You, good sir, continue to grow. So... the question becomes, where do I want to grow? Into this mana. I could pick up a little extra knowledge right now. I don't hate that idea. I am going to move these guys up here to clear out these monster dens and everything else. So why not? And you got to start thinking about what you want to take. Astral Siphoners are tier 3. I can't really afford them yet. I'd like to be able to start summoning zombies at the beginning of battle, starting with a zombie. Raising Undead is also very valuable to me. So why don't we start with that? We'll grab the zombie and then we'll move on over to the other skills. He's going to be a summoner, so he's going to be mostly focused on this tree and then the living wild growth tree. We're going to completely ignore restore. And I don't know where we're really going to sit on. I think I'll probably take Astral Ward and Fortified Summons, but I don't think I want Elementals. You're going to heal up a little bit here. I might actually need to take out that small monster den before I deal with this stuff. So let's make sure that we pick up Call of Chaos next turn. None of that needs to be done. Legs, not even shoes, just legs. Just legs. Best way for cities to get at least 6 pop before destroying them for maximum yields. Yeah, I mean, there's enough players on the map that I feel like we're going to just be blowing up cities left, right, and center. It shouldn't be too bad of a concern. That is a brigand camp. 4 turns for that. Let's take Clear Infestation. So I could wipe these guys out and then heal a little. I think that's probably the best call here. They're like, no, no, no. You are fighting these fights. If you want to rush a bunch of them, you're going to have to fight them. These spears are really weak, so that's the threat here, is that they just jump behind my lines and go for them. Or run in and hit them with all them fancy doodad attacks. Let's summon a spider. So I have splitterlings and I have spiders now to start off on each round. Yeah. I'm very glad that we also have goblins. Goblin noises. Correction, goblin noises. How I do you? Let's put you here. Let's put you here. Interesting. This counts as magically charged? No, there's foliage here. Okay. I'll put you there just as a bit of a bait. I tell you what, I'll move up the Astral Wisps. Just because. Yeah. As expected, but this means that the spears get a flank on them. Which was secretly my plan all along. Now spiders get to go on these guys. These wispy boys get a nice tasty flank on them. I mean, it's hard to say no to mind controlling the computer. It just gives me such a great little addition. Great, and you're fighting summoned units. Ooh, is the mind control only for a single turn? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Then that's really not that big either. The third attack in a turn deals 12 spirit damage to the target and adjacent enemies. Well, that rules. I like that very much, thank you. And then the Astral Wisp just blows up everything else. Yeah, so these guys all got 5 XP for this. I don't know how the XP calculation works out, because those 3 Nemu were worth 2 XP each. You know what? We may never know. I like our Power Fist. How does the all tier 1's going to work? What's the catch? Okay, so the idea between the all tier 1s. We're going to be able to summon skeletons with the Tome of Necromancy. That's going to be our second book. We're going to have the Tome of the Horde, which allows us to get a bunch of stuff. Later, we're going to take the Tome of the Beacon, which gives us Mighty Meek. So all of our tier 1 units do extra damage against higher tier units. They do like bonus spirit damage for higher tier. Because we are Oath of Strife, the only tier 1 units we make are Honor Blaze and Sworn Guard, which are both, like Honor Blaze especially, are really good tier 1. They even have like the increased upkeep on them because they're kind of like tier 1.5. So every time we kill things, we're going to be creating tier 1 units. We're going to have a lot of tier 1 units. We're going to be able to swarm things with tier 1 units, take a bunch of losses, and then just raise a bunch of skeletons out of that, giving us more tier 1 units. The idea is that I can flood in all directions with a bunch of really dirt cheap armies. And that our dirt cheap armies will be really powerful. Now, I definitely want to take Houndmaster here. That's one of the things we're going for. This guy, because he is a punch guy, he's much more of a berserker than a knight, so let's absolutely stick with berserk on him. And I like the idea of keeping him with the power fist the whole campaign. You're going to take this gold, and how about you pop underground? Oh yeah, okay, those guys are pretty separate. There's not going to be any factions in this immediate area. Being said, I don't know I can really get around these small monster dens. Those guys are sleeping, so why don't we just scuttlebutt across here while we can. You're going to grab that tower. We got Pantheon Shrines. We've got all sorts of other stuff. There's another tower over there. I think let's just make our way east. I might be able to pick up that Imperium as well. You're just going to head straight up to this tower that he is also clearly trying to go for. We've become adherent already. Cities get +1 stability, +10 stability. That's not good. He is sending an invasion force. Can he reach me in one turn? Maybe. 32, 40. We're going to back out one. If he reaches me in one turn, these guys are going to get pulled into it, and I'm going to be up against 1,300 points. Needless to say, that would not go well. I have a seal bearer coming. We're going to need more troops. We're making decent money right now, so I'm actually going to hurry some productions and grab a Hall of Devotion. Oh man, the infestation defense is going to be crazy tough. For our third hero, we should try to get someone who has the defender trait. Oh, these spiders woke up. Well, so that scout's taking a dirt nap then. Somebody is building an outpost on the other side of this. Buckwin wants to lead an assault on a small monster den. Oh yeah, buddy. I'm assuming if you were in the army, it counts as leading the assault. All of these have just leveled up. Turn 13. Yeah, somebody is for sure building an outpost on the other side of this. So there's lots of territory over here for us to take. And I mean, honestly, anybody building an outpost just means they are signing their own death warrant, as I will be burning down every single person that we meet. We're chosen destroyers. That's what we do. Dragon's Lair up here. Yeah, let's stay the hell away from that. I think we will head west, Fievel. And then we're going to try for these guys. Spiders, man. It's always spiders. Spiders all the way down. Favorite faction type in this game? I feel like I've seen multiple Eldritch themed runs. I mean, I've done everything at this point. I haven't actually done an Eldritch run in, I feel like, quite a while. Obviously, we did a lot of Eldritch runs when the expansion came out, as is to be expected. You have jump. You have egg. Egg. But I too have egg. How come this is doing fire damage all of a sudden? Does this change every single fight? Oh, Warrior's Fury is why. We do extra fire for our attacks now. And I guess I also count for that. Let's spider rig. The summons are important. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a Sworn Guard here with the intention that he is going to protect against anyone who can jump. Which honestly could be anybody. 3, 1, 2, 3. I mean, they could jump all the way back to you. So let's put you here. It's kind of the best defense I have. Interesting. He's gone for the side web. All right, that's not too bad. Blast them. Man, this guy does crazy damage. Let's attack with the Vampire Spider Hatchling because it heals on attack. And then you can just go 1, 2, 3. Kerblam. You are unfortunately stuck. You're going to stay right there. You know, I could have just mind controlled you. I could move forward and summon zombies. I don't hate that idea. Particularly because it lets me just create a weird bait for these guys. Oh yeah, the zombies look good. The huge hands, the really long spindly arms, the huge hands. It's just my favorite combination at this point. Yeah, and while we have Umbral Melody immunity, we don't actually have Curse Eater on our guys yet. $15 spirit damage for that. All friendly units get strengthened. I think I'm just going to drop a counter stance over here. Because I don't know what that Vampire Spider is going to do, and he's my big threat. Yeah, see? Baited, baited. Baited. That wasted his web. That was the perfect choice. That summon just completely neutered their entire team. So. Let's have you come in here. You come in here. I'm going to have you take the hit so that you can do your big blast. You can finish him off. We'll move the Splitterlings up to attack this guy. I might as well Cosmic Blast them. Then I can put these guys here in case of Spider. You guys are just on guard, on guard. Ow. Oh, yeah. My honor guard. Let him take that retaliation. You're going to have to come after him. You're going to go after him. Come up and defend. I'm worried about bringing this guy up because if that guy turns... Well, he will turn in like a turn. It's about how much damage can he do in that amount of time. Somehow you have 85 here, which is better than anywhere else. I guess. You know what? Let's just take it. That's awesome. He's attacking his own mind-controlled unit. With all of his guys, that is fantastic. Couldn't ask for a better possibility there. I get to kill you with all my ranged dudes. And then we just wail on you. Move you back so you don't get killed. That guy gets countered. Perfect. Fist provides a big finish. Yeah. Lovable goblin noises. Showing us what my kink is. Is my kink just spiders? Wand of inversion. Dudes, and a hunter spider. I'll take it. After the battle, Buckwin the Executioner has cleared the vampire spider matriarch. Built from crude materials, the monster den housed not only the vampire spider, but also sheltered more creatures. A faint warble catches his attention. Underneath some rubble, he finds hearty armor. Nice. And a young orphaned dire penguin that immediately scurries off. What shall you do with the remains? Hearty armor. A dire penguin is not that great. Tier 3 armor with spellblades. Not spellblades, but crit on him especially is actually really valuable. Because he's a berserker. What's going on? Where's your helmet? Oh, this didn't unequip. That's weird. Strange. All right, we'll give you zombie summon. We're going to give this guy second wind, so he has a temporary heal. We have a little hunter spider down here we can start putting together. I'm going to hurry the recruitment of you. I am also in the vibe of letting me heal. I'm going to build a forester here. I'm really obviously like afraid of these guys coming in and doing huge damage to me. It's going to take more than one turn to cast. All right. Well, if that's the case, give her the Sworn Guard. Build another Seal Bearer. Give me a little bit of range stability here. I am going to get Houndmasters soon, and I'd rather Houndmasters than Seal Bearers since they come with extra units. It's okay. You know what? We'll mix and match. One Seal Bearer and one Houndmaster in each army would actually be kind of good, and then just like a front row of tier 1 units. Rocking Ceaseless Cacophony and everything else. I could get along with that. Spekkio means mirror in Italian as well. Oh, that's really cool. That character from Chrono Trigger is he takes on the form of other things, and he depending on the strength of your party, he takes on a different form. So I guess that's where it comes from, as mirror. We got a tough fight here, and it's going to be immediately followed by an unwinnable fight. So we do have a hero. We have a berserker and a war shaman and a bannerman, a sunderer and an archer. Obviously, the Zerk is the big threat here. And I have a lot of wounded units. But we do have zombies now as well. And these zombies don't like despawn immediately. So let's move you up. We'll put you here. Ah, the goblin noises are very good. Can immediately give you that heal. I'm going to leave this guy in the back line. All right, I'm going to put the splitterlings there so I can put this vampire spider hatchling there. Strengthened regeneration. Strengthened 3 on a berserker. Yeesh. What is the range on this? Not good enough. I'm gonna move forward with you. I can't really do much. I think Fury of the Horde here would be valuable. He is going to hit those splitterlings, but that's actually okay because he'll do that, and then I can absorb him onto my team. You are also a charge attack, but you can only hit summons, so that's also okay. Alternatively, like, I have enough to shut down these strikes. Poison is really killer. You know what? Don't move you over there. That's where all their ranged characters are. Just leave in the back. These guys could all come forward and do some serious damage as well. Well, you know what? He can only get a single shot off, it looks like. Because they are double retaliation, because they have regen, and because they can only reach my summonable units, I'm going to let them charge me. That is not something I would normally allow for. But I think it's the right play in this situation. I'm going to cast Fury of the Horde. And then we're going to sit pretty. You block? You block the barbarian? All right, that was a bit unexpected. I'm going to mind control their leader if that's the case. Run him through this poison. And then I'm going to attack this Bannerman over here. Taunt him as well, which is very nice. This guy's got double retaliation, and that sucks. the big dongers. Oh, that's so much damage that guy does. You got a pretty good shot on him. You still can't hit anybody with a fire seal. God, it really wants me to go through poisonous mushrooms. What's the range on jump? 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. If I go here, I could jump here. And web the 3 of them. That's got to be that play. That guy's taunted. He's going to attack him and take huge damage. So why don't we just move here so we can take the shots from being hidden. Your range is there. Let's go here. I don't want him to be in a position where he can get like maximum charge damage. And I don't mind you being a bit of a bait. I think I'm going to counterstance these guys so that we at least get a first strike retaliation in against this dweeb. The spiders wear out. He is going to move and go for the zombies. Okay, that's good. They're going to eat the corpse. Unfortunately means I can't resurrect them, but... I'd argue that went pretty well. You could almost kill him. Fire seal. If the unit dies while under this effect, it explodes, dealing 20 fire damage to adjacent friendly units. Yeah, that's the right choice. We're gonna flank this guy. I can move and resurrect, but not in zone of control, which means I have to kill this guy. He's stunned, actually. Which is great. Let's go for them. I should have done defensive mode there. I don't know why I didn't. You can tap, tap, tap. If this guy is stunned, we might as well move up and stab him a couple of times. So I got some curious options here. I do have a Raise Undead. Like, I could just kill him and then raise him. I could also kill this charger. So a lot more difficult. I mean, I could Cosmic Spike. I could just double attack him. This guy's stunned, so I'm not really like worried about him so much. This guy's going to do a big hit, but he's probably going to focus this spider. That would be a really nasty retaliation. Decent chance of sacrificing the hunter spider here. Cannot reach. What if I kill you and then resurrect him? Can I get into range of that? I don't know that I can. If I move there, it doesn't actually get me any closer. But if I go here, it does. Kill him. The morale damage is probably the best bet there. Who is most likely to get attacked here? These guys? So I could drop a counter stance on them, or I could drop a counter stance on that spider so that he affects the charge on him. I think I'm going to do it on these guys, though. I'd rather focus the hero than the spider. All right, that's not too bad. You're taunted, which was really brutal. Shield bash. You know what? You should go for the kill here. Crazed. All right, kill him with that. I want to free up this Astral Wisp so that you can focus on that. He is a berserker, so of course he's become berserk. How could I forget? How could I forget about Berserk? This seems weird. Ah. Damn. My intention there was to get the 2 retaliation strikes in. So that this guy could get away scot-free. And unfortunately, that's not the case. So I'm wondering whether or not, am I better off just staying here and going into defensive mode? And tanking the hit. We can at least get him down to like 1 HP. Yeah. He even fumbled, but he has steadfast, so it doesn't matter. You taunted. We can't let enemies rout. It's part of our specialty. So let's just give him the zaps. My goodness. Hooradan, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. The link works, you just got to copy paste it, right? Can I show and describe your faction? Haven't played an Eldritch Ruler, but it looks cool. So the idea between our guy is that we are playing... Oh man, an ad literally just started the moment I started saying that. I'm gonna wait to explain it to him. These guys thankfully have decided to go west. I no idea why, but I'm gonna take it. Poison Lance. Not for anybody yet. Taunted Poison Lance. Ooh, that is nice though. Who would work well with that? A Death Knight maybe? I mean, I could make a taunted charger on a warrior. Just get a second warrior. Ooh, nice. We have unfolding mysteries on the map, so we have intrigue events. So clicking doesn't recognize past the commas. Yeah. Someone really loves that minor Chrono Trigger character? I do. I very much do. You ain't wrong, kiddo. Let's repair that right away. Let's grab this tower. And it looks like there's another faction down here, so let's go say hi. You're going somewhere this way. 700. So I gotta make a move on this brigand camp. Obviously, we also need to heal. Also, obviously, I need more irregulars. Yeah, so this is a way for me to get Honor Blade in a single turn as well. Now, they don't come in with any levels, which I don't know they would here either. Unless I start building things like blacksmiths and mob camps and schools of mastery. Schools of mastery would actually get me +2 ranks on my tier 1 units, which is really valuable. I'm gonna grab a granary in here for some early build. Really, a tier 1 unit faction? You plan to pick up Tome of the Beacon for Mighty Meek? I do indeed. It is our dip into order. You are Aura of Disease, immune to disease. This hero gains immune to disease. I want to start picking up a handful of stuff here. Phase would be really useful. Obviously, it would help me set up for mind controls better. Poison bleeding. I want to do hostile wild growth as well. Yeah, we'll take regular wild growth right away, and I can take my first signature skill, which of course is Flesh Weaver, because I get summon 2 fleshlings at the beginning of combat. That being said, I don't think I'm going to take any other of those points. I don't want Shepherd, and I don't really care about regeneration. So instead, let's just go straight into hostile wild growth. You've got your Hall of Devotion. You've picked up Osana, the Charger of the Enchanting Wolves. Runesmiths and Chosen Destroyers. Interesting. You're tough, you're strong, and you're cheerful. And she has super growth? Real talk, if we animate her, she could be our retaliation charge unit. I'm not against this. I wouldn't be against this at all. She had like exceptionally good stats for what I'm looking to do. And the super growth also means we get that bonus retaliation. So she'd get 3 retaliation with a lance. Prime necromancy target. Yeah. She is only level 1, which kind of sucks, but she's also a duelist. Oh, dudes, we've got to do that. We have to do that. That has to be the plan. We're taking the Tome of Necromancy as our second tome, so I think that's the way to go. You guys are 550, 150, 6, 7. You're 760. You've got a Berserker, 2 Aspirant Knights, and you are actually a level 3 Defender. Howling Barbarians, Athletic with Pack Tactics, and Mana Attunement, and Super Growth. Oh, okay. So it looks like everybody on this realm has Super Growth. I think I can reset Brigand Camp in 1 turn. I want to stay out of the territory just in case. And we'll see how it goes. Gotta describe my faction for the dearest faction. Gotta describe my faction for the dearest chatter. So, the concept of the faction, I wanted to wait because the ads were rolling, is that we are a lost wizard. We are the embodiment of chaos and entropy, of the void, of the Eldritch realms. We are quite literally sort of the end of time is the concept of it. So we are a chosen destroyer. We have to burn down every city on the map. We can't make friends. We can't make vassals. I think that's basically how it rolls. So we've taken Oath of Strife on our characters. The new. So we burn down. Are you not going to let me see that? There we go. We have chosen destroyers, so we get bonuses. We only get one city, and we get a bunch of bonuses every time we burn down a city. We have Umbral Disciples, so that we can have Marching Gloom, that we can spread the Gloom Veil everywhere. We also get Tyrant's Retinue, which allows us to get Splitterlings in combat. We are Strife Oathsworn, so we get extra bonuses for raising cities. This basically works very well with Chosen Destroyer, so I thought it would be a good combo that we haven't tried. And then we are Ceaseless Cacophony and Hideous Stench. So the idea being is that every time our units are around something, they just have a chance of hurting themselves, the enemy units do, and they get really reduced resistances. So I want to flood the map with tier 1 units that when they die, we bring them back to life as skeletons and flood the map with skeletons after the tier 1 units. So sort of there's a first wave of units that's tier 1. They go forward, they die because they're garbage, but they cause the enemy to do a lot of damage to themselves, and they cause themselves to like inflict a lot of status effects. Then the good army comes up. It kills everything. That's going to be the armies with all the heroes. Then they summon all the skeletons out of the corpses of those armies and send those forward. So it's kind of like this constantly replenishing wave of tier 1 units that keep moving forward. We have a bunch of spells that will spawn armies, bandit armies and the like as well on the map. So we have some cool combinations that work together. You've declared a rivalry on me. I mean, I already have a minor grievance against you because I guess because I have devoted. Yeah, there's a bunch of good options there. I'll happily put a rivalry on him as well. Let's move our scouts around because I want to find everybody else. The free city of Armorn. We can change them to neutral. What are these guys like? They're bugs. Heroic Chitons. Ceaseless Cacophony, Cold-Blooded, Overwhelm. They are Strife Oathsworn. I like the way this guy looks. Obviously, they're also Masters of Corruption. Interesting that you're followers of Astral. I don't know who these guys are. These guys are Umbral Disciples. Oh, and these guys are ours. They're Initiates of Order, though. Okay. Do we have the Umbral Abyss enabled? No. Well, I just picked a random map, so I was gambling the dice on whether or not we would get Umbral Abyss. I thought about forcing it on, but I thought it would be like kind of too easy if we did almost. It allowed me to change my build a lot if I did that, so... Played the campaign Abyss map, but it's so confusing with all the teleporters. It is a bit of chaos, yep. Chosen Destroyers and Strife is the ultimate feedback loop. I agree. It works very strongly together. Let's keep setting out with these guys. So this raiding army is here. We're a little bit wounded. Not terribly. I think I need to put you over there. And you up here. I love the goblin voices so much. They're so foolish. All right, I'm really hurting on mana and gold, so I think I need to chill out on building any more troops. Kind of want to wait to kill this guy. If I wait one more turn and he doesn't attack me, I can get 150 knowledge. I'm willing to take that risk. He probably is going to attack me, but... Dwarven Craftsman, most imaginative naming algorithm. Masters of Corruption, Oath of Strife, who are apparently good. I know, right? It's a bit of a strange combination. Immortal Spirits, so ethereal units are more common. -2 spirit resistance, but +2 defense. This actually works okay with us. Because we're taking Mighty Meek, we are going to do some spirit damage on most of our troops. These guys are already sending war parties. That's fine. The plan was to kill this brigand camp and move over to that Mentor's Pond. I might want to wipe out that Great Bird Nest too. Not on Auto Explorer. I'm not putting you on Auto Explorer. Let's just bring you down here. Oh man, the infestations are so bad. Aha! Febe! Titania the Mother is already in the void. I do love a good Febe. So we're gonna pick up pacification, doesn't matter. Let's pick up bonuses for killing heroes, and then we'll kill these heroes. We can also pick up Houndmaster and our next tome, which is gonna be Necromancy. Confirm, confirm. This is literally just so I can get Ray Skeletons.
Are the greatest healers of all, as they have the power to cure the greatest ailment itself.
Necrotic magic. Necrotic magic.
Some will
Necrotic
hear
magic.
such
Also very
existence.
useful for us.
But what?
Again, we kind of want to like have as many different damage types as possible in this run. I doubt this is going to let me... Don't take it. I want to take it. Demolishing Seer, True Sight, and Demolisher. Okay. I tell you what, I'm going to give that to you. It's a cool looking item as well for us. So you're all about triple attacks. I can make you a crit build. And I think that works for us. I don't know if you need Searing Strikes, but I guess you do have Warrior Soul, so you do base fire damage, so maybe Searing Strikes isn't a bad choice. I think we're going to go with a multi-hit crit build on him. He does look super cool, so it's a very fitting look. These guys are recovering, which means we should have a turn to heal. We do pick up this tier 3 defender. I mean, here's the other option. I could make like a pike defender at tier 3. Glory Seeker gives him Rank Slayer. Duelist is extra damage to heroes. Right, you have Enchanting Wolves versus this guy who has Howling Barbarians. Athletics. It's not bad on a pikeman. Gives him the extra movement. Pack Tactics doesn't really matter too much. Mana Addicts is just kind of like a little complicated. He does get Lifesteal every time we cast a spell. These guys are both solid choices I could do for either of them. I guess the thing is that we have the pike that does taunt, which is why I was thinking about Osana. Mage, Ritualist, Spellblade. Soul Drain Rituals. So I can gain a bunch of souls. Or I can trade souls for thralls as well. That's really good to know. This gives me a good value for souls. How much is it to animate a hero? It's only 30 for you. It's 50 for you. Oh, he gets a good look. She's gonna have to get a makeover. This outfit just doesn't work. Let's think about it. Can't spell Necromancy without romance. Our ruler's title is Lost Wizard, because if you can look at him, he looks exactly like the Lost Wizard unit. With the one exception, he doesn't have a cool astral void in his chest, because you can't add that. What's this? This is my scout getting absolutely wrecked by trees and not routing for some reason. I don't know why that forced me to play it, but thought on taking Necromancy as first home just to begin accumulating souls early. I thought about it, but I really wanted the Horde stuff, particularly Hound Masters, which I do need to start making. Hound Masters are really nice because they're tier 2 crossbows. They're really good at flanking, and the Hounds are tier 1, so the Hounds get all the bonuses from all the tier 1 stuff you want to add in. I didn't clear out that quarry. Which would let me get my mana obelisk. You can just go that way. All right, you guys are definitely in good enough shape to take out this breeding camp. Anything else I might want beforehand? Destroying our infestation or conquering a free city stacks relations to all other free cities, but does this really matter? I think it's a waste of Imperium for me. That's an easy clap. We get a knight? Whoa. Whoa. Okay. An enchanted shield, a barbed shield, and a halberd. +2 retaliation attacks. You're making an argument for that halberd character right now. This is crazy. Horned Billers, Swamp Adaptation, Resilience, and Bulwark. Not the greatest, but a tier 4 unit this early on is really, really juicy. That's going to pump our strength up a lot. I might be able to take this Ashen Ruin. If I heal up and stack my characters together well... Gonna let him heal. I gotta think on that. City of Oleanis. So that's her first outpost city. You guys got the granary. You got that coming. You got Houndmasters coming. I actually did not see what that said. Capture Mentor's Pond is valuable by Arvani. He must be down here somewhere. Monster Den is attacking. We're all good on that front. Realm's really going to the dogs. Deal fire damage, but do not inflict burning unless you go for the Tome of Calamity. I am going for the Tome of Calamity. That is correct. You are not wrong. It's good halberd too. Yep. Pretty nice rewards. Feudal propaganda to encourage aspirants, but no one ever reached it. Nobody ever gets knights. They just get aspirants. The voices are back, relentless allies that accompanied you in the astral void and beyond. They were like old friends and nemesis that pushed you to greatness, dragged you down beyond the name-calling, the flattery, the tantrums, the gossip, the words fed to you as a means to survive when your mind shattered and you became lost. You regained your consciousness eventually, your sense of self, and with it the voices returned to occupy your mind once again. The voices are vying for your patronage. Which voice shall be yours? Do I want gold? Do I want draft? Do I want evil or Imperium? Great question. Silence the voices? No. Chaos and Ruin are ultimate. Any and all will shatter. I mean, this seems like the roleplay choice for us. I'm going to take this just because like I could literally take any of these. And I feel like this is what our guy is about. Chaos and ruin. Gets us our Houndmaster early as well. A little bit earlier. This guy is coming in to fight us. So I'm going to move you and you. We're going to fight this guy. Eldritch Rite of Binding. Enthrall a Banshee. Tier 3 Battle Mage. +5 Devotion. Bonus Knowledge. Fear is their demise. Let's just kill them off. Does this Astral Wisp evolve by any chance? I can't remember. No, it does get an Evoker medal. Which is kind of nice, but... I'm feeling good about this army right now. I want to know... This must be a pirate's ship, maybe. Here's Dawn Tree. So, she's in the top left corner of the map. And she has this guy below her, who is building a work camp to try and steal Dragonbridge teeth from me. I do want this Altar of Marching Gloom. I do also want a Soul Well. Gets bonuses for research posts or conduits. Counts as a conduit, counts as a conduit. Transfers things to Gloom. Mob camp scales off of nothing. Okay. Actually, Soul Well here is the only thing that actually scales off of stuff. Putting a Soul Well here would be valuable then. I do need to take a tavern so I can make the bathhouse. Just to get this XP bonus, 10% XP. You know, the extra stability always helps. I don't need the Wizard Tower yet. Though I can't afford it right now. The Blacksmith would boost my tier 1 units. But I can't really draft anything for a while. Let's go Tavern. I think building up our stability to get our eco up a little bit is kind of the righter choice. The rightest choice? The righter choice? And this we already have, right? All units in your empire gain Umbral Malady immunity. Yeah, for sure we already have that active. Okay. Silence can be spun nicely. I will silence the entire world. These voices are but the beginning. Yeah, I mean, I guess we are going to be a very evil empire. Okay, Mentor's Pond. Here they come to feed us some more knowledge. It looks like these birds are also maybe attacking me. This is not going to be the funnest army to fight. We can now make skeletons. I don't think I want necromancers. I mean, they are really useful to have in skeleton armies, but I don't foresee me needing them in any kind of rush. All right, you got a knight in here, and I feel like that should probably go in my main army. Can I see? You guys get extra retaliation damage. You guys get extra brawling. 700 point army. Yeah, absolutely. I could take that that bronze wonder here now too. There's a bit of a thought where tier 1 units might not necessarily last very long for me. We do have an exemplar here. We also have, it looks like a spellcaster. Marin Quick Lunge. She's got a single target heal. She's astral warded the Honor Blade. Thank God she didn't do that on the exemplar. And we also have a Vow Keeper and a Seal Bearer. Okay. We have Fleshlings, which are very fun. These little walking bomb guys. True Chaos Incarnate. 2 stacks of bleeding and status invulnerability. I am curious because they do count as a combat summon. Will they get the extra like 10 HP and disease once I start unlocking those abilities? Yeah. For now, they don't really have any chargers, so I'm not in like a huge rush on our troops. My God, and we have the Warhounds now too. So we have a really mean... This is kind of the cool thing about this this build is I can send in this huge army of tier 1 summons to hold the front line while I have things like chargers and houndmasters to go around the flanks. And it's basically how I'm hoping that this works. Possession. Target non-friendly hero gains empowered for 2 turns. What did I get that from? From the Book of Flesh Crafting? Now, a bunch of those guys are already in trees. Oh, right. We already have Hostile Wild Growth on here. So I probably don't want to cast that. I could just dong that exemplar from downtown. Alternatively, summon a spider and send it in after that splitterling. Let's do that. That's a lot of troops. I get condemned. Rude. He blows up my splitterlings. Also rude. Well, he blows up a splitterling, I should say. You're a zombie. You're a splitterling. That's a lot of damage. This guy doesn't have a good attack. Start moving these guys up. I'll take those 25s. I'm mostly just trying to do damage to that guy in the back, so... You're summoned, so let's have you attack and take the hit. You can just attack and do some damage. What do we have? A Seal Bearer and a Vow Keeper. I think let's... put the Seal of Fire on the Vow Keeper. You can probably just attack that exemplar. I don't think we need to use the seal yet. Now, I could... You know what? This guy is probably my greatest threat. So why don't we just, like, get him marked with the dog. The dogs, when they attack, they add marked, which is really nice. So that when you hit them with the crossbow, they do extra damage. It's kind of their whole thing. You can really only reach him. So let's go up to 3 hexes traveled. Just cruising here for maximum damage. Yeah, we got to get phase. Should have empowered that knight. Remove all negative status effects. Hideous stench, ceaseless cacophony. You're immobilized. You're also immobilized, but I'm not really worried about you guys. Yeah, I can't hit anybody here. We got it. We got to pick up phase. All right, I'm just going to put a point into him so we can start giving him some trouble. I should have maybe cast Fury of the Horde at the top of this round, seeing as how many tier 1 characters we have. It's only 1 point of strengthen. That's going to get a lot better when we build a Chaos Amplifier. Ow, ow. All right, well, I guess I do lose you. Ooh, you summon a zombie and kill my zombie. I don't like that. Just rude. That's just the rudest play imaginable. Kill him. Bring that guy back to life. Kill him. Puppy dogs, get the flank. Houndmaster, you can go wide and take a nice flank on him. Then my charger can actually just come straight up and kill him. Take that retaliation on you. You just blow him up with the triple strike. I should have used my fast boots there, because I could have prevented some damage. Or at least healed some damage. Boom, boom, boom on you. Boom, boom, boom. This guy's morale is pretty bad. We'll see who he goes for. My hero? All right, that's okay. Oh, I did not read what this ability does. So it gives you 40% damage for 2 turns, but then it kills the character for the rest of the fight. And if you win the fight, he comes back with 50% HP. I wonder if you empower it and then cast Aversion, would that also work? Genuinely not sure. So my poor knight, yeah, it took more HP than it needed to, more damage than it needed to. Comes back with 50% though still. We get access to Skelly Bones. Not only that, but we get access to our Skelly Bones. I didn't think that was going to be the case. Normally, when you raise units, they are raised of the... Oh, because those guys are new. Of course, of course, of course. Huh. That actually is some value to it. We don't have a lot of mana here. But these guys are also exceptionally good for us. Those heroes costed 30 and 40 to animate. That being said, I have a lot of thralls I could transfer into souls. These guys are probably going to cost... probably no more than 12 mana each. Because we don't really have much empowerments right now. I think I'm going to go with the polearm and double warriors. Robe of Hexing, ignore 4 status resistance. Hello, put that on you. Yeah, now we have a nice big juicy. So this is great. So like we're taking our Sworn Guard and we're replacing them with Sworn Skeletal Polearms. They do have low maintenance, which is really nice. And that's also going to be reduced by some buildings we make. Significantly less HP. It's a recruit versus a champion. So that's still 40 HP though. All right. Oh, okay. So that'll tack up a little bit. They're weak to fire. They're weak to spirit. But they are undead. They are undead, so they also get... no, I thought they got the Whiteborn ability, which gives them lifesteal, but they actually don't. I like that they have the arrows in their chest plates. These skeletons are something, right? That's something special. They do get Umbral Flesh. Oh yeah, this is a good reason to make Gloom. It also gives us 12 HP regen, so... Rebanair, we're doing well, my dude. Just starting off a new campaign. Put some clothes on your lost wizard? No way. He's hanging tentacle. Hanging full tentacle. He's got a hat. That counts as clothes, right? Very cursed skeletons never cook again. Hey, yo. Mwah. Big sleepy Mona. Hi. You want to say hi to chat? Good morning. Good morning, big sleepyhead. What do you think of this big wizard? Do you think he's weird and gross? Do you think he'd probably taste good? He kind of looks like a fish. He's got some tuna energy. You're sleepy? Okay. She's too sleepy. She's too sleepy for today. Still very fuzzy as well. All right, look, I'm gonna take Eldritch Phase here. I think this is critical for our build. I feel like we can't do a lot without it. So I'm gonna pump that one in already. It's 7 turns till we get another hero. I'm okay with this little army we got going though. Yeah. You're gonna keep exploring. I don't know where. I don't know how. Buckwin has also leveled up here. I feel like Execute could be a good choice for him. Yeah, it's really hard not for me to take critical on him. Just because I know we're going to have enough chaos that he can take all the critical abilities. Is critical really good for these guys? That's hard to say. But I think let's just do it anyway. I love a critical build. So you guys have cleared that out, which is fantastic. You also got a bunch of points in trainer, giving you level 2 renown already. Research posts. You must be a scholar, Governor. Which I guess doesn't really matter. I'm having to remember. We've captured Marin Quick Lunge, a level 3 ritualist of our culture. Can't really recruit her though. I thought there was like a conversation you could have to like slowly start switching them over. Maybe we're just not far enough along yet, though. Big crits lead to big W's. This is a fact. This is a hard-defined fact. Okay, so we have a moment to breathe here with the Mentor's Pond. These guys actually aren't invading us. There's another Great Bird Nest just spawned down here. Sweet Jiminy Crickets. If I build the Ashen Ruin, it gives a good reason to fill the sea with quarries. I could temporarily put him in here and replace like one of those. Probably replace that skeleton. And then this would probably be in a 1,000-point army. So I think I could take Ashen Ruin. Let's plan for that. One of you guys go there. The other one, please go get that production stash. There's treasure to be had there. I'm going to pick that up. You've built the tavern. 100 production, 104 production. I could just get the Wizard's Tower here for free. Let's do that. Yeah, I guess we'll go for the early bathhouse. I don't know if I even count it as early at this point, but... A bounty to destroy a small monster nest for 220 mana. I mean, I'll accept it. I don't know if I'll do it. It's a production stash there as well. Turn 20. Okay, okay. Do we have the jail building in the tower? We can build the crypt. We don't have it yet, though. Only gives us like +4 mana right now. Or the crypt. The jail only gives +2 knowledge. Oh, that's what we need to convert. I see. Okay, that's what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, cool. I definitely want to get this gloom down because one of the other aspects of this one of the other aspects of this I thought there was a thing that gave you +2 mana per gloomed province. Man, I thought it was from Umbral Disciples. But maybe that's only if you get it through an Umbral Pact. Oh no, here we go. Start with Umbral Flesh active. Cities of this race gain 2 knowledge income for each province with gloom terrain. Yeah, okay, so that really... That makes an argument to build this altar... ASAP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like that's 14 knowledge already. It does make C's a lot less valuable. So I'll probably just pick up 3 things on this Dragon Ridge. Just so I have access to those dragons if I want them. Okay. I think we've got ourselves off to like a decent start. It's going to be a tricky campaign with the constantly spawning regeneration infestations. I'm really curious because the infestations are not as bad as they used to be, but they do scale up a lot worse later in the game. And while we can build outposts, I can't build other cities. So the cool thing about this is I think as we burn down cities, outposts like... every time we destroy a city, it's basically just going to fill up with infestations. So we're going to be at some sort of weird constant war. But I think it should be kind of fun as we just pump out like tier 1 units to farm off all of these. We also should create an incredible amount because we're going chaos. We get the bonuses based on infestations. And when we win a battle, we have a chance of producing tier 1, tier 2 units. Road building, whispering stones. I do love road building. I do also love gold per unit killed. Let's pick up gold per unit killed. These guys are at tier 6 as well now, so they're at least worth burning down. So yeah, I think this is exactly what we'll do. We'll take the Ashen Ruins. We'll march over to Mentor's Pond. We'll leave our second army to sort of defend off anything else potentially. As we build up a third army here and have another hero come in a few turns. That's what we're gonna do in the next video. So come back and stay tuned. Until then.